Ever wondered whether quitting smoking can spread like a cold? I'm G. Welcome to the Stuff You Should Think About podcast, where I answer everyday questions about phenomena and objects. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm just a guy that did some light research because you don't have time to. And by research, I mean Google. What does contagious really mean? First, let's get the word straight. In medicine, contagious describes a disease that moves from person to person through germs. A virus, a bacterium, a parasite. That's a very literal definition. When we talk about quitting smoking, we're not dealing with germs. The contagious label here is metaphorical. It means a behavioral or idea spreads through a group, often without anyone trying to push it. There are two main ways this can happen: social contagion and psychological contagion. Social contagion is a person's actions influence the actions of others in their network. Psychological contagion is feelings and attitudes spread, shaping how people see behavior. Both are well studied in psychology and public health research. This is how they apply to quitting smoking. The social network effect. Humans live in networks: families, friends, coworkers, online communities. When one member makes a change, the ripple can be felt by the rest. Observational learning. Albert Bandura's classic theory tells us that we learn by watching. If a friend successfully quits, you see that it's possible. You also see the steps they took, the tools they used, the obstacles they faced. That knowledge lowers the perceived difficulty for you. Norms and expectations. Groups develop norms, unspoken rules about what's normal. When more people in a circle quit, the new norm becomes non-smoking. The pressure to conform can push others to quit too. This isn't a mandate. It's a subtle shift in what feels comfortable. Direct encouragement. Sometimes quitting is contagious because people actively encourage each other. A coworker may say, "I'm trying to quit. Want to join me?" A shared quit date, a group chat for cravings, or a pledge board can turn an individual effort into a collective one. Shared resources. When one person discovers a helpful app, a supportive therapist, or a nicotine replacement brand, they often share it. The diffusion of resources makes quitting more accessible for the whole group. Research backs this up. A 2010 study of college students found that if a friend quit, the probability that a student would also quit increased by 30%. In a larger community setting, a 2015 analysis of zip code data showed that smoking rates fell faster in neighborhoods where quit attempts clustered together. Psychological contagion. Beyond the visible actions, feelings travel too. Mood contagion. When someone announces a quit attempt, they often talk about cravings, stress, and triumphs. Listening to those stories can prime your own emotional response. If you sense optimism, you may feel more hopeful about quitting yourself. Self-efficacy boost. Seeing a peer succeed raises your belief that you can do it too. This self-efficacy is a strong predictor of quit success. When a close friend says, "I've been smoke-free for 3 weeks," your own confidence gets a lift. Reducing stigma. If many people are quitting, the stigma attached to being a smoker can shift. That social shift can make quitting feel like a natural, supportive choice rather than a lonely, shame-filled one. Does contagious mean you'll automatically quit? Not exactly. The spread of quitting behavior depends on several factors: proximity, relationship strength, visibility, support structures, and cultural context. Key factors influencing behavioral change in smoking cessation. Successfully quitting smoking is shaped by several important factors. Support structures. Having a reliable network of support, such as friends, family, or organized groups, can significantly boost your chances of quitting. For example, joining a local quit smoking group provides encouragement and accountability, while talking regularly with a supportive friend helps reinforce positive habits. Visibility of change. The more people who see you making progress, the more likely they are to encourage you or even join. For instance, posting about your journey on social media or sharing milestones with coworkers creates a sense of community and motivates others to make healthy changes. Cultural context. The attitudes and norms in your community play a role in shaping behavior. If your workplace promotes non-smoking policies or your neighborhood celebrates smoke-free events, these cultural cues make it easier for you to commit to quitting and help normalize smoke-free living. Contagion effect. When people around you successfully quit smoking, it can inspire others to follow suit. Seeing a family member stop smoking, for example, often encourages other relatives to try to quit smoking as well, creating a ripple of positive change. To maximize your chances of quitting, focus on increasing the visibility of your efforts and strengthening your support network. These actions not only boost your own motivation, but also enhance the contagion effect, making it easier for others to join you in making healthier choices. The Quit Together Challenge in workplaces. A mid-sized tech firm introduced a Quit Together program in 2018. Employees could sign up in groups of 2 to 5, The company provided nicotine patches and weekly check-ins. Within a year, the firm's smoking prevalence dropped from 22% to 13%. The key was the group commitment. Each member felt accountable to the others. Neighborhood level declines in San Francisco. Public health officials tracked smoking rates across San Francisco neighborhoods from 2015 to 2020. Areas with community centers that hosted regular quit support meetings saw a 4-point greater decline than comparable neighborhoods without such hubs. The community gatherings acted as contagion vectors. Social media quit streaks. On platforms like TikTok and Instagram, users post daily updates of their smoke-free streaks. Hashtags like 30-day smoke-free gather thousands of followers. A 2022 analysis of 12 million posts found that exposure to these hashtags increased the likelihood of followers attempting a quit within the next month by roughly 12%. The limits of contagion. Even with strong social influence, quitting remains a personal battle. Nicotine is physically addictive. Withdrawal symptoms, cravings, irritability, concentration problems are real and can deter even the most motivated. Social contagion helps initiate a quit attempt. It can also provide emotional support during the early weeks. But long-term success still hinges on things like proper nicotine replacement or medication, patches, gum, etc. Behavioral strategies, mindfulness, exercise, and avoiding triggers. Professional counseling or quit lines. Personal motivation and readiness. If the social boost fades, a smoker may relapse without a solid personal plan. How to harness the contagion effect for yourself. If you're thinking about quitting or you want to help someone else quit, you can deliberately create a contagious environment. First, you can share your goal publicly. Post a status update or tell a small group. The act of announcing creates accountability. Next, you can find a quit buddy. Pair up with someone who wants to quit. Schedule regular check-ins. Celebrate each small win together. Next is join a community. Look for social support groups, online forums, or workplace programs. The more people you see succeeding, the stronger the pull. Next are leverage apps with social features. Apps like Quit Now or Smoke Free let you track streaks and compare with friends. The leaderboard effect can be motivating. Next, you can celebrate collective milestones. If a group reaches a combined smoke-free day, mark it. Group celebrations reinforce the norm. Next, you can model health behavior. If you're already smoke-free, talk about the benefits without judgment. Your example can inspire others. Remember, the goal isn't to pressure anyone. Contagion works best when it feels natural, supportive, and positive. So is quitting smoking contagious? Yes, but only in a metaphorical sense. Quitting can spread through social and psychological pathways. Seeing a friend quit, hearing about their success, and sharing resources can make it easier for others to start their own quit journey. The effect is strongest when people are close, when the behavior is visible, and when support structures exist. However, contagion does not guarantee success. Physical addiction, personal readiness, and access to age remain critical. Think of contagion as the spark that lights the fire. The fire still needs fuel in the form of motivation, tools, and strategy to keep burning. That's it for this episode of The Stuff You Should Think About. Thanks for listening. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Leave a comment with your thoughts or a topic you'd like to hear about next time. Until then, stay curious. This podcast is for informational purposes only. Statements are based on current understanding and public information. This is not professional advice. If you need guidance that affects your health, safety, finances, or legal situation, talk to a qualified professional who can look at your specific circumstances. I'm G, and I'm out.